You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another DVD collection update. To start off with today, we're starting off real classy with the Hentai Heaven Volume 5 collection, which contains Jewelry the Animation, Harem of the Hellspawn, Demoness of Dreams, Lusty Ladies of Mayohiga, and MILF Park. This was more or less a blind buy. It was on sale, so I'll probably review each of these individually at some point, but no idea as to exactly when I'll get around to it. But yeah, there's that. I can't actually show the disc on YouTube. And keeping it classy, we have Carmen Electra's Naked Women Wrestling League Tag Team Dream, which is the second volume. It was the only one I could find for sale online. But yeah, I'm a real sportsman, you know. I like to see some competition, you know. Next up, we have some more Alex Jones documentaries. Here's The Masters of Terror. There's the back of the case on that. This one I think has my favorite case design out of all the Alex Jones stuff I've ordered. There's the disc itself. Then we have an interview with Aaron Russo. There's the back of the case on that, and the disc itself. Next up we have Dark Tower 3 and 4. Like I said, these are my dad's, but he's letting me borrow them. I'll probably have them for a while, though, since I'm catching up on some other reading. Not to mention, I do need to get another copy of The Gunslinger, because he hasn't found his copy, and I don't currently have a copy. I have the drawing of 3, which is Dark Tower 2. But yeah, here's 3, which is my favorite one, The Wastelands. I fucking love this book. And then there's Wizard and Glass, which is the 4th book. There's the back of the book. Next, another copy of Shin-Chan Season 3, Part 1, which I already have. It was previously my rarest Shin-Chan DVD set. I bought it in a bundle with the other DVD I'm going to show, which will be the rarest one, hint hint. But since I bought it again, here it is in all its glory. I'm just going to rush through it because I've already showed it once before on the channel. Not this copy specifically, obviously, the other one. Alright, now on to what is currently my rarest Shin-Chan DVD, which is Season 3, Part 2, which is the whole reason I bought that Season 3, Part 1, because it was the only way I could find a copy of Season 3, Part 2. Now, I splurged on this. This cost me a bit. This was like $150 for the 2, but it's considerably cheaper than I've seen Season 3 go for otherwise. I gotta say, out of all the seasons of Shin-Chan, I think Season 3 has the laziest case design, because it doesn't have any, like, quotes or anything. It also doesn't have any bonus features, really. Neither does Season 2, to be fair. Only the first set really did. There's Disc 1. Disc 2 is actually currently in my DVD player, as I'm still watching it at the time of this recording. But I assure you I do have both discs. I didn't bother pulling it out because they look the same other than having a 2 instead of a 1. Except wait, I actually did bother to, because here it is now that I finished watching this DVD. Also, gotta say, this is my least favorite volume of Shin-Chan. I still liked it quite a bit, but I definitely do think Seasons 1 and 2 were better, and the first half of Season 3 was actually better than the second half of Season 3 as well. Overall, I would say Season 3 is my least favorite season, which is a shame considering it's the rarest one. I still think it was worth watching, and I still liked it quite a bit. I'm just saying I do think Seasons 1 and 2 were better. Next up, we have Season 2, Discs 2 and 3 of Hogan Knows Best. Why do I have this? Because it was in a bargain bin at a pawn shop, and they gave it to me free with the other thing I bought. I remember I watched some of this show when it was coming out. I don't actually remember how it holds up, but I guess we'll see when I watch a little bit of it. And speaking of the other thing I bought, we have Halo Forward Unto Dawn. I thought this was a pretty decent Halo show or movie, however you want to look at it. I remember when I pre-ordered Halo 4 and got like the special edition, it was supposed to come with Forward Unto Dawn, but it came with a digital copy on Halo fucking Waypoint, so it was really stupid. Especially since Waypoint isn't a thing anymore. It was replaced by Halo Channel, which I think Forward Unto Dawn is still on there. I don't honestly remember. There's the disc itself. Next up, we have Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I watched this at my friend's house a few months back, and I thought it was pretty fun. They had this at one of the thrift stores I went to today, and it was still factory sealed, so I'm like, of course I'm gonna get it. And there's the disc itself. Next up, we have Ace Ventura Pet Detective. I know what you're thinking. I already do own this movie in the box set. However, this version is the extended cut that has a couple more scenes in it. If only they do a release of the TV cut, because that has a lot of other scenes in it that aren't in any other release, such as him going to a bar to ask about Ray Finkel and stuff like that. The TV version did remove some stuff, but it added those new scenes in. I'd love to see a complete version that has all of it. Nevertheless, though, this version is slightly longer than the other version in the box set. Alright, next up we have The Rock People's Champ, a WWF DVD, special extended electrifying version. I like The Rock. He's not like my all-time favorite, but I do enjoy his character in the earlier days. I don't really necessarily care for him that much as an actor, though I did have a lot of fun with Doom. But I mainly bought this because it was a WWF DVD, and anytime I see one that's still a WWF, I buy it because, you know, WWF hasn't been a thing in years. Now on to not a DVD, but this time we have The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the complete radio series, which is actually the first 5 phases of the radio series. There's actually a 6th phase as well, which I have actually ordered, but I don't currently have just yet. It hasn't arrived. Now each of these phases, again, come in their own little cases, which aren't really that detailed per se. They're just standard black cases. But here's Phase 1, the primary phase. I've already listened to Phase 1. It is what was adapted into the TV series. Then here's Phase 2, the secondary phase, which I just finished listening to today, actually. Then here's Phase 3, the tertiary phase, which I plan to start tomorrow. Then Part 4, the quandary phase, which is only 2 discs, because 4 and 5 only have 4 episodes instead of the 6 that all the other phases have. Then here's Part 5, the quintessential phase, which actually also contains an interview with Douglas Adams, so I'm interested in listening to that as well. It also comes with a booklet, which contains credits, track listings, and that's about it, just for each phase. Before moving on to some of the new stuff, I thought I'd show some other stuff I already have that's more Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy stuff, because I've been really on an obsession with this lately. But this is the Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've probably shown it in another video at some point. It contains the first 5 books. There's a 6th book that was written after Douglas Adams' death, but I haven't read that one yet. Nor do I own it. The only one I've actually read is the first one so far. Then here's the TV series. I've had this one since I was a kid. This was my introduction to the series. Absolutely love this show. I highly recommend it. I did a review of it not that long ago. There's Disc 1. And then Disc 2 I misplaced years ago, so instead it's got Doom 3. I've also got the movie somewhere. I think it's crammed in storage somewhere. I did recently rewatch the movie on HBO Max. The show's on Hulu, by the way, if you ever want to watch it. Anyway, on to more new stuff. Sorry for wasting your time there. Now on to my friend Bootman Bill's collection, and in that, so far we have another Shin-Chan movie, Movie 28. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. There's the back of the case on that. And the disc, as often with these bootleggers, they always leave an extra space for the discs. Guess they just bulk order the cases and then just half-ass it. I'll probably review this in my second batch of Shin-Chan movie reviews as soon as I can see some more Shin-Chan movies, including this one. Next up in Bootman Bill's collection, we have the entire Shoujo Tsubaki Midori collection. This was also something that Phantom Strider did in a controversial animes video. He might have put it in the worst one too, I don't remember. I know he put it in controversial anyway. As you can see, this one is very obviously a bootleg. Then the last bootleg we have of Bootman Bill's collection here is Concrete, which is a very controversial movie. It's a movie based on the actual murder of Junko Furuta, which if you don't know is one of the most brutal murders in Japan. And again, it's yet another very obvious bootleg. Ending off, I finally bought an HD DVD player, so now I have one of those, so don't know how much I used. I only own one HD DVD, which is Nacho Libre, but yeah, this will about do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one.
I'm a bit of an elbow man myself, actually. Bit different, bit weird, not sexual.
Michael Jackson's semen.